I want to invite everybody to go out to Sneakertopia. If you're out there on the West Coast, it's one of the greatest contributions to sneaker history. I want to give a shout out to Sneakertopia.
Shout out Sneakertopia.
Welcome back to the Midnight Marauders. It's the ninja you love to hate, Kiongozi. I want you to subscribe to our channel, Midnight Marauders TV, on YouTube and Instagram.
It's your boy Rico for them things, Bandz,
and we are the Midnight Marauders. Today's album that we'll be reviewing is by an artist, Roddy Ricch. He's from Compton. His album is called Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial. First thoughts on the album, Rico?
Need more from Roddy Ricch. Decent album, but the introduction to what we have already, I need more, you know what I'm saying? Got to build more. Good album, though.
Yeah, my first thoughts on this album, I believe Roddy Ricch is interesting. But all in all, I expect very, very, very strong music to come from Roddy Ricch in the future.
You got it coming. He's a up-and-coming artist. He got it coming, definitely. Let's get into the scores, though.
Hey, Rico, before we dive into the first category, what was your favorite track?
Favorite track had to be the second song on the album, The Box. She sucked a nigga so. Got the Cash App.
I like The Box as well.
Little bounce.
Box is nice. I like High Fashion, produced by Guilt Trip and Mustard. Just a dope track all in all. And I also love War Baby by Sonic, you know.
Good way to close the album out.
Yeah, phenomenal. I thought it was really dope, really dope. And with that being said, let's jump into first category, production.
Production. I gave the production an 8. He is from the West Coast, young up-and-coming artist. Atlantic Records is his label, and they know how to put the right people around him to, you know, give him that push. So they know what they do. They got a good core of people, so I give him an 8. Yeah,
I give him an 8 too. He wasn't somebody that was on my radar, Roddy Ricch. This is my first introduction to him, and I thought that he had a good collaboration of various producers, which is needed, you know, when you're trying to introduce your artist to a new fan base.
Hello, world. Next category we have is originality. On originality, I gave him a 7. 7, 7, 7. Pretty much, he did his thing, but there was some kind of shifting going on as far as he would be Roddy Ricch, and then he would turn into somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Heavy influences.
Yeah.
Homeboys, Young Thug, for one. You know,
I was about to say, if you don't say it, I'm going to say it. I gave him a 6. This is his lowest category for me. This is the lowest rating I gave him was a 6. That's why. He did a lot of shifting, a lot of shape shifting. You know, he turned into Morph. And I got to keep it 100. It's cool. That's one of the things that messed me up during the album, listening to it.
As well.
Because it's an easy listen. The album is an easy listen. However, he didn't have to do that. You know, I think he could have carried it himself with his own personality, his own musical expertise. He could have done it himself. He didn't have to go from Future to Travis to the obvious Young Thug, you know. Mm. However, he's still dope. And hopefully he matures as an artist and don't have to continue to
grow. He got a lot of time to grow. Right. Next category is personality. Personality, as you said, for originality, personality, I give him a 6 because he's a quiet cat. He moves when he want to move, and for me, I need more. You know, I want more. You know what I'm saying? Because he a good artist, but I want more. And his personality explains it on On the album title, Sorry for Being Antisocial.
Mm-hmm.
Explains it.
Well, I gave him an 8. And the reason why I gave him an 8, going through the album, I heard, little tidbits of who he is, right? I could kind of relate to some of it. Some of it I'm like, he's just a younger cat. So I don't talk in that manner. However, we got to the end and War Baby came on.
Saw some growth.
I was like, I understand the personality now. So I gave him an 8 because he was being true to himself personality-wise. And that's all you can ask for is him to convey that. I think he did a good job.
Okay. Next topic, lyricism. I gave him a 7 because he doesn't come off as a lyrical guy. He's more of a swag, like his own vibe type. Like that's what he gives off. And like you said, also the transformation of growing as an artist. This is who he is. He's not gonna be lyrical. He's gonna be Roddy Ricch, and
that's that. Yeah, I gave him a 7 as well. I don't see him being a lyrical guy. If he wants to be, he probably could do it, but I don't think that's his aim. I think he's more straightforward and selling his feelings towards you. Yeah, and 7 that's not the worst. That's actually above. It's above average.
Above average.
And he's not Kendrick or J. Cole or somebody like that. But however, he's still really good. 7.
Next topic, sound quality. This I gave an 8. Like I said, Atlantic, they know what they're doing. It was crisp, but the harmonizing and like just switching the styles up in the songs kind of altered my thought process of the sound quality, because on certain songs he was vibing, and then all of a sudden he kind of threw me a loop as far as like, why did you go here? Could have just stayed there, but I give it an 8.
Sound quality for me, I gave him a 9. It wasn't the top of the line. It wasn't Miguel music, or Kanye West's music. However, it's almost it's as high as you can go without entering that A-list, the A-list artist, So I gave him a 9. I thought it was really, really good. Nothing was distorted. I didn't hear any high ass pitches and annoying sounds going through there. Like, yo, what the fuck is that? What was that? So solid 9.
9 it is. Next topic is song construction. This I give an 8. Pretty much he told his story and who he is, and pretty much I rock with it. I give it an 8.
Gave him an 8 as well on song construction. I thought he did a good job with the way he wanted a song to go through. Each song, I think he pushed the song in the direction that he wanted. It had some changes in some of the songs, as far as like the way a song would build up, as well as how he would continue the energy through the song. I thought that was really well.
His input on the
album. He did it well.
Next topic is emotion. Emotion, I gave him a 7 on emotion. Pretty much
7.
The struggles. I'm not going. I can relate, but the struggles and everything. Like, this is who he is. I understand Cali a little bit. What I'm saying, as far as gang culture and everything. He do his thing, hopping out. But for the most part, I gave it a 7.
I gave him an 8 on emotion. I think that anytime you have like an artist that harmonizes, it's hard to give him something under a 7.
Why is that?
In emotion, because singing and harmonizing, you have to have some type of element of emotion in it. So to me, it's hard to not have at least a 7, because of the way you have to hold your tones, things of that nature. So It just has to come out eventually. And it came out a lot with him harmonizing. Feel me?
I understand.
Okay.
I was just one below. You know
8.
what I'm saying? 8 and 7. Cool. He's still good. Next category is hit factor. Yeah, I would say hit factor 8.
8?
I give him an 8.
That's your score.
He has the potential.
That's your
Definitely has the potential.
That's your score.
Now, conveying it through me, like the score I give through me, because I know like people watching this here are gonna be like, you give him an 8. You know what I'm saying? It's a 10. He got bangers. You know, and he appeals to the masses that he appeals to. Everybody got their own audience, and he got some quality features, and you know what I'm saying, that could boost. If I hear it a little, I only heard it for like a week, so you know what I'm saying, if I hear it a little bit more, it'll grow on me. You know what I'm saying, and definitely like, you know what I'm saying, I'll probably alter the score a little bit, go up. You know, so I give it an 8.
Young homie, you got a 10 from me. You got a 10. I'm not in the streets listening to, you know, what people playing in their cars. However, I've listened to a few radio stations in different cities already, and you rocking on all of them. So you got a 10 with me.
All right, moving along to the next topic, we have album construction. I give him a 9 on album construction.
Shit.
Because like
Shite.
he has a major label that's backing him, and pretty much you could tell they gave him, like, go ahead, we're gonna give you what you need as far as sound and instrumentation. They gave him all of that, and they let him drive this story the way he wanted to. And like, you know, the intro, then a couple songs down the line in the middle of the album, he changed and went another direction. And then the bottom of the album and closing the album was a different direction. And like the final song, when he brought in the church, I was like, yeah, I wasn't expecting that. And he did his thing. So
I got to channel some words from my dear friend P-Dub. Oh, wait one goddamn minute. He got this from Life, or one of the movies. But not a 9 for me. He got I gave him an 8. A 9, you enter in some rare territory when you go to 9s.
He did it on it like.
I think it was like one skit on this album.
Right. And then, yeah.
For me, I have to rate this in a certain manner because there's other albums that I have to rate this against. And the standard for a 9, you talking about classic material when you at a 9 for album construction. Like, I don't know if when we go through most of our classic albums, they'll probably be somewhere in there, 8, 9, 8. You know, definitely an 8 or up. Album construction. That means the way that this album flows.
You did it his way.
I got you. That's a big one for me though. I give him an 8 because it wasn't bad. It wasn't below average. However, there wasn't enough story mode or story guidelines for this album. You know, when I think about albums like B, it's going through B from Common, that's going through a whole progression. I can follow this story all the way through. You know what I'm talking about.
I get you.
Moving on.
It. Next topic is relatability. Relatability, I believe that he has an audience. He has a big audience. I believe high schoolers, the teenagers, and some adults. You know, that going through the struggle. You know, and like trying to find themselves as far as like where to start, and you know, like who to be around, certain peoples, and you know, like who to surround themselves with. Pretty much, I can relate to you too, dog. But yeah.
Yeah, I think all of the young, any young cat that's in the streets or in transition from the streets, they'll relate to him. All the people from Cali, they should, like all the young cats in the inner city of LA, they should mess with him. I like your album. I think it's dope. And keep putting out good music. This is nice.
Sir.
All right, that's been another episode of Midnight Marauders. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to Midnight Marauders on YouTube and Instagram. I'm your boy Rico for them things. Bandz.
It's the Negro that you love to hate. Kiongozi.
TV Tef is doing business like always. We'll catch you later on the next episode of Midnight Marauders.
Smash that like button, please.